Well, thank you everybody for letting me be part of your Zoom party. I'm very excited. Now I know some people are familiar with who we are, and some aren't. So I'm going to kind of just give you all the information of us. So we are located here in Kissimmee, Florida. And if you don't know who we are the place that helps all the wish trips and wish kids. So if anybody knows someone who wishes to meet Mickey Mouse or be a princess or go to Universal or SeaWorld or any type of those wish trips, they come and stay with us. So we help fulfill the wish. We don't grant it, we fulfill it. And I'm going to start by a video, kind of go into our history and impact that you as volunteers or partners and donors give to the village. And then from there, talk about the impact of COVID, because just like everybody else, we were hit really, really hard, and how you guys can help us. So I'm going to go ahead, share this to, why is it works. Okay. Move this screen. All right.
Probably the one word I would use to describe this place would be
happiness,
peaceful, laughter,
magic. Definitely magic.
Give Kids the World is a magical village where you can leave all your cares behind, where you don't have to think about what ails you. We are the place that makes the wish come alive.
It's my responsibility to impact as many kids here as possible as I can on Friday.
Having the opportunity to have a kid forget for even 1 second that they're sick.
It's about how they make you feel. And they made us feel so special. Like they put my son up on a pedestal. And he had the time of his life.
The family thinks they're coming on a vacation to give their child a wish, but they end up walking away with hope.
When I came here, I was at the point where I had given up completely. I didn't see any future for myself whatsoever. I just saw the next doctor's appointment. And I got here and Give Kids the World grabbed me under the arms, picked me back up and said, you have more to give in your life. You mean more, you are worth something. And I lost that completely. I didn't think I was worth anything. And they showed me that there are things that I can help other people with because of what I went through. It's not that this is holding me back from doing something, but it's helping me do something else.
It is truly unbelievable what the power of one kind person can do for many people.
This is what I was put on earth to do. You know, I need to be here. I need to give back. When I stepped foot on this ground, my life changed immediately.
If the village wasn't here, I'd be lost because it is, it's a passion for me.
Being able to see before yourself someone who is probably in pain 24/7, smile and laugh, and in that moment you realize they don't feel that pain. So that's the magic for me. It's not, glitter, it's teeth smiling.
I've been asking myself, what is it that I am going to do to make a huge impact? How am I going to leave a mark? And I think I've found a place to do that.
When I look into these kids' faces every Friday, I see a future. I see kids coming here to the village and they are for the first time taking a deep breath and they are having fun.
So that's it. That's the magic of when you get these kids smiling and laughing, that's what it's all about.
So it's not a depressing place. It's a happy place. It's a place where you can do something.
I have seen that video hundreds of times at this point, and it always gets me teary-eyed because I think it just truly shows the magic that the village has. So, like I said, we are here in Orlando, Florida, but we started back in 1986. So this March, we actually celebrated our 35th anniversary of fulfilling wishes. In that time, we have welcomed over 175,000 families from all over the world. Now I know you guys are in Ohio. We have Maryland. I'm North Carolina and Virginia raised. But from Ohio alone, we've had 7,035 families in those 35 years. So while we're based here, just like all the families we welcome, all our partners are worldwide. All 50 states and 76 different countries have come to the village for their special wish trip. And that's all because of a young lady, young girl, she was 7 years old, from Virginia, and a man named Henry Landworth. So Henry Landworth is our founder. He is actually a Holocaust survivor. He spent 5 years in concentration camps through his life. From 13 to 17, he was in camps, including Auschwitz. He actually lost his parents, but him and his twin sister were able to survive. They eventually reunited, and he made his way with $20 in his pocket on a cargo ship over to Ellis Island. Once he arrived here, he got what he thought was a welcome letter, which was actually a draft letter, which started a next chapter in his life, which probably one of the most impactful for him, because he learned how to speak English. He got fed, he had clothes on his back, and he learned life skills that he never had beforehand. Spending ages 13 to 17 in concentration camps, he had the education coming to America of a 7th grader. So he really was able to experience life and learn a lot. After that, he made his way down to Cocoa Beach, which, if the Starlight Motel sounds familiar to anybody, and you're familiar with the space race and everything like that, the Starlight Motel is actually where the Mercury 7 astronauts stayed. And he housed them, as well as Walter Cronkite and a bunch of top reporters at the time. He was on the cover of Time magazine because he started hot chocolate and whiskey nights on the beach. And he had the perfect view to watch all the rockets and shuttles take off. And he was just fascinated. After that, he opened a Holiday Inn right off of 192, which is kind of our main highway around the Disney area. And he was welcoming and giving free vacations to these kids on wish trips. And he didn't know what it was, but he saw a lot of kids that he found recognizable. He saw kids losing their childhood and what every child takes for granted of Halloween and Christmas and birthdays, those being taken away from something out of their own control. So what he would do, give them free dinners, free stays, free transportation. And a little girl named Amy changed all of that. She was coming down from Virginia. She was 7 years old, like I said, battling leukemia. And everybody heard of this man named Henry who was giving these free stays away. She ended up, unfortunately, passing away. And it came to his attention, and he was like, this is never going to happen again. So on that day, he cleared out a janitor's closet, put a desk, a phone, a lamp, and a bookshelf, and said, when this phone rings, you answer it as Give Kids the World, and you say yes. I don't care what they're asking, you answer it yes. 3 years later, in 1989, we opened up as 11-acre property. On our property at the time, we had a few villas, a pool. That's pretty much it. It was just a place for our families to sleep. Now we are 89 acres with 166 villas. We have a fully handicap accessible property. So everything you can possibly imagine in a theme park, we have at the village, free to our families, all handicap accessible, from the showers to the villas to our pool, our movie theater, our 4 attraction rides, our full arcade, our ice cream parlor where we start serving ice cream at 7:30 in the morning all the way to 9:30. And I know we have other parents on the phone. So yes, we are that bad aunt and uncle who sugars the kids up, gives them all the toys and say, here you go, mom and dad, have fun. We love spoiling our kiddos and we never want to say no. Unfortunately, one of the times that we've had to say no was in 2020. Just like everybody else, it kind of shook us to our core. And that happened on March 17th of 2020. And that is the day that we had to say goodbye to our last family of 2020. In that time, obviously, everybody thought it was going to be 2 weeks, and it ended up being 10 months. Our main partner of Make-A-Wish, unfortunately, announced that they were not going to be granting any travel wishes. And that does take up a lot of our wish granting partnerships. But since then, we have reopened. So it's very exciting. We opened on January 17th of this year, and in the time we have welcomed about a little over 300 families since January, but we have 8,000 a year that we help. 6,000 of those from last year we weren't able to grant. So it is with partners like you guys and volunteers who make that possible. So I have another video to kind of share why this week is so important, and why our families need it the most. Let me, 2 seconds.
Just to see the smiles on my kids' face, that means the world to me. You know, Kamarion, he's a God's blessing. He's an angel. This little boy will crack you up. You know, he had the little cute little dimples, you know. He was just a beautiful little boy. He was never sick. I worked 2 part-time jobs and plus take care of the kids. It's just how life is, you know. We make it. You know, it's hard, but we make it. Marion was diagnosed with ALL, leukemia. I hate saying the words. I hate hearing the words. For somebody to tell you that your grandchild that you took care of since he was 4 months old has cancer, you know, when you hear the word cancer, it's just one of the worst things that goes through your mind. Is he gonna die? Is he gonna be all right? What's gonna happen? My baby kept saying he was scared. Grandma, I'm scared. You know, seeing him so sick and all them tubes in his arms.
Kids shouldn't have to worry. They should be able to go run around, have fun, play, and just be a normal child. I think that's one of the great things about the village is we do exactly that for them for the week that they're here.
I see so many times that kids that their wish is to go to Disney or go to Universal or go to SeaWorld. We make it happen for them.
A lot of the families have never been on vacation due to the challenges of having a child with a life-threatening or terminal condition.
It's now that these families need that time together. They need a break from their doctor visits and hospital stays and treatments. It's not something that can wait.
Magic happens here every day. Give Kids the World is one of the only organizations that provides not only for the Wish child, but for the whole Wish family. They are here for probably the best week of their life.
It's given them a renewed strength to fight. You know, there's nothing that beats it.
There are a lot of families who say that this place has changed their life and changed their child's life, and that are still here because of the village.
Just the fun that is here. The kids having fun, they don't think about their sickness. And that's what they need sometimes to get it off their mind. That's part of healing.
This village is not filled with sadness. This village is filled with hope and smiles. Kids eating ice cream, kids riding rides, kids being kids.
This is something I would never be able to afford to give them myself. That's why I'm thankful for coming here, because I never seen him this happy since his sickness. We need it this week.
So again, it is because of the support of our volunteers and you guys just also sharing what we do that is so important. Like I said, while we were closed, over 6,000 kiddos were delayed and postponed. I'm going to pull heartstrings for a second because I know I've done it with the videos, but to kind of just share how important these weeks are. Like she was saying, for her family trip, they needed that week. And some of our kiddos have been waiting, and some of our kids are being diagnosed every day. In December, a little boy named Vinny was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, and his wish was to meet Mickey Mouse just like many other kids are. And he was actually our first family that we welcomed back on January 17th. Pam, our CEO, wonderful, wonderful woman. She was there, greeted them, walked them to their village. And the entire time, all he's saying is thank you. All he was doing is saying, thank you so much for letting me come. Thank you so much for letting me have this week. But in turn, we were telling them, thank you. Thank you for being our first family. Thank you for coming and bringing the magic back to our life, because it's their happiness and their smiles and those teeth that they see, like Cedric, our friendly pirate, was saying in the first video. We found out on February 7th or February 14th that he actually passed away on February 7th. They said that after his trip, he went to his first doctor, and they just said that the tumors that he was growing in his brain, unfortunately, were just growing too rapidly, and there was nothing more that the doctors could do. But the thing that his mom said to us was just thank you. The last memories that some of our families are having are laughing and dancing and running and splashing in the water and just having that family having those moments as a family and a child. And that's why I just want to say thank you, just like our Vinny's family was saying us thank you. Telling you guys, thank you for sharing. Thank you for wanting to be a part of the village. Thank you for volunteering in the past. And I hope to see you all at the village very, very soon. But I've talked a lot. I know I've given a lot of information. So if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. I love the village. I can talk about it for hours and hours and hours, but I don't want to take up all the time. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'm happy to share.